Hello, all the crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite. Welcome back to Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Last time, we beat up a fairly difficult, not single boss, but a chain of bosses, the Ogre Titans, as a optional super boss as we have finished the game. We got a fun, fancy summon from that, although I haven't gotten a chance to really try it out, see what it's all about. By the way, can I can't look up, like, Daedalus or whatever in the encyclopedia, can I? No. D. There's not many entries for D. Alright, well, next time we get into a fight, I'll see what it's all about. Anyway, today we're gonna head off to another one. I looked up a list, and apparently on Otka Island, these are not alphabetized. So I'm just gonna have to search the list with my eyes. Where's Otka Island? Hello. I didn't see it, so I'm just gonna sail around until I find it. Gonna chase good old Tornadus over here and see what happens. What is going on? This is new, I think. Don't tell me this is it. What on earth just happened? If this is it, I'm gonna laugh and then probably scream. Otka Island 1F. I'm gonna scream. Alright. Oh, there's a genie over there. I didn't intend to do that, but the fact that it just worked out that way by me saying, hey, let's sail right into the tornado, that makes me laugh. Alright. I'm going to need, who has search? Himi has search. Let's use search. And if I can get to that genie, that would be great. I suspect there's gonna be a platform that appears in the middle there. Yeah, and also the other one. What is this genie going to do? Or be? Are we gonna fight? We're gonna fight. Alright, let's fight a genie. This might not be a bad excuse for me to see what Catastrophe is like if I'm able to. What did I need? 3 Mars and 4 Jupiter for Catastrophe? I can't do that now, obviously, but you're probably gonna be at the end of the list, being one of the bigger ones. Oh, Daedalus. Catastrophe was from the Lost Age, I think. Master Craftsman of Ancient Times. Yeah, I guess that checks out with the myths. Alright, I'm gonna cut out a lot of screwing around because I didn't unset Genie before going into this fight, but let's just go and we've got the Genie that we need to summon Daedalus over here. And I guess Aeolia, one of the two fire guys, is gonna use it. And we're gonna see what Daedalus over here does. Alright, this is gonna be a cool animation, right? I swear to God if this is another pretty girl summon, although I don't imagine it will be, because Daedalus from the Greek mythology was like the inventor. Ooh, alright. It's Frankie from One Piece. It's basically missile attack, alright. That's all you did? 181? Guess you probably don't have that much HP to start with, but I was expecting more from such a big attack. I know that the damage scaling on the summons is not like a straight, it scales with your level or that sort of thing. I think a lot of them are a proportion of the target's HP or something like that. But, still, wow. And that was, like, not a resisted hit either. That was 1 exclamation mark, which is basically at the range of a neutral hit. But we can make use of this genie. Who are you? What is your name? And lull. Alright, I hope that's another one of the damage shield mirrors, because I feel like there are more of those in the Lost Age, and I know that there are still genie for me to find. Lull's song is comforting and causes combatants to have trouble continuing the battle. I don't think that's a damage shield, but alright. It's still not like I'm gonna be not happy about... Where's the Soul Blade? It's not like I'm gonna be not happy about having a genie. Another genie to join the ranks. So that's going to open up, and that's going to allow me passage onwards. There is a treasure chest over there on the other side, though. Oh yeah, I had the Sacred Feather on. I might start using Sacred Feathers and avoid synergies at long last, because after that level grinding sequence, I am level 50-something, and I don't really think most of the regular enemies in the game are going to do that much. By the way, in case anyone's wondering where I went for that, on the top of the Apollo Sanctum, or whatever it was called, I need Himi. The Tuaparang ninja guys, when you fight them, they'll give you like 27,000 experience for a pair, 40,000 experience for a trio. which is by far more experience gain than anyone that I've seen in this game so far that's not a boss, and it's still better than most of the bosses. So that's a Zol Cube, so if I feel like going back to Champa, give your grandma something to do, I might do that before the end of the game. But let's go into here. And this looks like a fairly important trip down a big flight of stairs. Oh, it's going to be one of these, is it? Is this going to be a maze that I have to find my way through? If I use, like... If I use search... Is there going to be just, like, an arrow that appears on the ground or something telling me where I have to go? No. All the same, I think, going to go and put search on one of the shoulder buttons. Alright. And I'll check at least a few rooms to see if there's any hints. That one didn't seem to do anything for me. We've just got a straight up maze then. Is this the starting room? If I go back out this way, is it gonna turn me around? Nope. But Alright, so should I be writing this down? Am I stuck in an infinite loop? No? There's a part of me that wants to write this down. If I just go back, am I gonna come back out at the beginning? No, it looks like I am. This is, like, continuous, Euclidean space. Like, the doors aren't connecting to locations where it doesn't look like they should be able to connect. There is that mark on the ground. Now, I've seen a couple of spots on the ground, which makes me think... Alright, so I used search on a bunch of different places in that room, and I didn't find anything, so it really just seems to be an empty room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whip out a sheet of graph paper, and I'm going to start filling in some squares. And I'll take a picture of what my graph paper looks like when I get to the end. I'm sure there are maps of this place on the internet that you could find, but I want to see if I can get through this myself. And I'm going to try to fill in as much of this map as I can. And I wonder if I should, like, make a different mark on the map for, like, rooms that have funny things like this inside them. No. Button for search. I want search. Doesn't seem to be anything funny about that one either. Alright. Well, if I use insight on the marks on the ground, nothing of interest happens. If I use insight on these, nothing of interest happens. This is gonna be an interesting puzzle to crack. Well, I don't know how I got here, but I walked into this room and there is some power bread, which is now in Amelia's pocket. Raise maximum HP permanently. Who do I want to use this on? I feel like Aeolio should have more HP than he does. He probably would if I had Genie configured in a sensible fashion on him. But we're just gonna go back into the maze, are we? I'm gonna give the power bread to Aeolio anyway, and I'm gonna wander around for a bit. If I have to, I'll look up a map, but I'll see if I can wander around for long enough that I don't have to look at a map. See, this is where I think this is the same shape as the room when I said that I was going to try and draw a map, but the one that it led out to was probably this one, and I don't know how I ended up back here, and I don't know if it's actually worth continuing trying to draw the map, because, like, Alright, that one seems to be a dead end. Alright, so I have a suspicion that I know what's happening here, and I don't think this is a non-Euclidean space, but I do think it's looping, so it's like a closed, like, spherical or geometry or something like that.
Hey.
And, really, really wondering if there is some kind of hint that I can find out here if I were to use search or something in a random location. I keep hitting that button when I want to use synergy, but it's really not that button. Alright, so I did go and look up a map, and it is not a non-Euclidean space, and it is also not looping, but it is, and y'all are gonna laugh about this, those of you who don't know what shape it is already. It's the shape of a skull. I'll show the official map on screen, because the one that I drew is a disaster, and you won't be able to make any sense of it. I'm just going to follow the line on the map that I found on the Golden Sun wiki, because I don't feel like wandering around endlessly to get to where I'm going. There are a couple of... I think I'm going to want to make a turn here. There are a couple of, like, treasure chests and stuff which contain items that you might want, which I will also be doing my best to hunt down. I am going to have to zoom in on this map, though, because it's not very big. Alright, now I can actually, like, see it. Let's see. If I go this way, I'm going to want to go up northwest for a couple of turns, I think. And... I feel like I did make a wrong turn somewhere already. Let's go this way. Up. Alright, if I'm reading the map correctly, which it appears that I did, there's another treasure chest here. That is going to be a Triton's Ward. Alright, let's see what Triton's Ward does. I don't believe I could have come here until fairly recently because I needed the Soul Blade to get in here, so this is probably going to be a decent item. Raise Amiti's defense by a fair amount. I guess I'll just do that. See if anyone else is... I'm sure there will be other items that other people could equip later. But anyway, back on the main trail. Alright, this is a, what's this, the 4th treasure room I found? This is, I believe, the last one according to the legend on the map. That is going to be a Psi Crystal. Okay. And now I just need to retrace my steps a bit, and we can actually get to the boss room. This'll take a minute. Alright, I think we have almost arrived. That actually didn't take as long to find as I thought it was going to. Let us go and use search here. And I think... Alright, there we go. I do not feel like going through all that again. Should I die, by the way? So, wait. Was that one step too far? That might have been one step too far. Okay. Guardian of the Wind, ye who desires more power must first reveal thine own. That was one step too far. I did not do anything to prepare for this. Alright. So we can start. I'm guessing that just because the last one that I fought was super weak to fire, this one will not be, so I might want to try some other elements. Let's see. Create a protective barrier against attacks. Good place to start as any. I should probably also switch out my fire users. Just as a matter of course. Let's see. Let's bring me in. And on the next turn, I'll switch out Tyrell for probably Hemi or something, because I think she still has the revive spell. No, I have the revive spell now, because, again, genie configuration. I might bring Hemi in later anyway, because she will have a revive spell if I spend all of her genie. But anyway. Let's see, create a protective barrier. Attack and dilute a foe, not bad. Restore HP, not bad. Drop resistance. I'll use that right before I start summon rushing. Alright, probably not going to do anything useful, but we'll start. Drop your agility. Again, probably won't really do anything useful. And you have a lot of... Alright, I'll save Chasm for later. Alright, Tyrell I might keep around for a bit just because he does have some Revival Genie. Alright. So, you're probably not going to be able to do that much damage to me. At least not right now. 247 damage. That was super effective. That was Jupiter, so I guess I do want to use Jupiter here. Reef has been possessed. That sounds like a problem. Reef has joined your team. Am I fighting Reef? It looks like I'm fighting Reef. I don't like it when I fight Reef. Reef, please don't do this to me. That also means that I don't get your genie, does it? Alright, Himi's got... Who is this? This is... Oh, no, Amidi has, a couple of Fire Genie. Don't know if that's really useful right now. Don't know if that's very useful right now. Alright, in that case... Let's go use... a Water Genie, I guess? I don't know. Do I have to defeat Reef? I don't want to defeat Reef. Reef is nice. Maybe I'll get him back when we, like... if he dies and I can revive him or something like that. Alright, just throw a Clod of Earth at Reef. See what that does. Please do a regular attack and don't possess another one of my party members this time. Unless it's just like a limited number of turns things, like after a certain number of turns he'll rejoin us. But alright, that didn't do a lot. I still feel like the most interesting boss fight that I've done in a Golden Sun game so far is the super boss from the Lost Stage that would like use your summons against you. I feel like that was really interesting because I do rely on summon rushes a lot when we fight, and that one I just kind of had to not rely on summon rushes. Negotiate a temporary ceasefire. Okay, I do remember that genie from the last game. That would basically end a turn early. Which could be good for if you have like a party member of middling speed and a boss who's slow. Like I probably could have used that against the Ogre Titan fairly effectively, because the Ogre Titan tended to go last, and if I could have had someone like Sveta or Aeolio just end a turn early, I would have gotten some chances to have the faster party members like do healing and stuff. But alright, until then, maybe I should just use a Fire Genie just to see what happens. Alright. Let's use a Fire Genie just to see what happens. Restore ally status to normal. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get to target Reef with that. So if that is a status effect, it's kind of a special one. Alright. Oh, I guess whoever did the ceasefire lull got to was fast, so maybe not the best character that I could have that one on. Should I start dropping summons now? No, that's one for later. Stun a foe. Alright, Reef, can you just like not do anything for a couple of turns? Resistance. What was this one? May revive. Got a lot of Fire Genie here. Alright. Let's see. I feel like on the next turn I should start to get to... Oh, Reef went down. Sorry, Reef. Reef has been released. Is he going to be dead? Am I going to have to revive him? He actually didn't really do very much while he was possessed, aside from just standing there. Side Drain. That's kind of irritating. I can tell you're going to be a more status-oriented boss, as opposed to the last one, who was a very hyper-offensively oriented boss. Alright. If I look at my backup... Yeah, Reef is dead. Maybe let's have Reef not be dead. Do I have Revive on me right now? I think I should. I do have Revive. Let's bring Reef back. Oh, you know what? I should be using Genie for that at the moment, probably. May revive. Let's see if I can maybe revive you. Okay, not very effective. I forgot to look at what element that was. I should be looking at what element these things are weak to. Alright, you're summoning Harry's. Oh, speaking of using my own Genie against me, is that what you're gonna do? Did you just do that? Reef just went down again. Some of my people are poisoned, which I don't like. Well, it's a good thing I accidentally double revived you. Demon sign, is that... Alright, Himi's been possessed. That's a problem. Do we have any, I think I do have a status restoring genie, but it may not be that one. Alright, I couldn't see a status restoring genie. It might have been Karis or Amidi or one of the other ones who was in my party temporarily. Oh god, no, you're using my own weapons against me. So that is what we're doing here. I see the genie counter. Okay. That complicates things. Whenever you possess someone, I'm gonna have to take him down fast. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Got my entire party to clown on Himi for a turn there. Ow. Well, at least I'm not poisoned anymore. Let me see. I might not want to... Well, there's a couple things I might want, which is that when I go into this, I'm gonna try... If I have to fight this again, I'll see if I can just summon rush as fast as I can. Restoring HP sounds like a good idea. I'll see if I can summon rush as fast as I can, and like after that I'll just use regular synergy, so that you at least can't use my own weapons against me. Ow. Alright, well, in that case, we'll just be doing this. We've got a couple of damage reduction moves there, but I was looking for a revive. Alright, revive without fail. I like revive without fail. Let's do that. And then Sveta should be reasonably fast and able to use judgment quickly. Alright. Demon sign, that's the possession one, isn't it? Alright. Well, you're gonna use judgment, and let's see if that takes Karis down. No, Karis didn't. 1,000 damage on. Alright, so no earth. Let's not use earth. No earth. Himi is cursed. We got a dead body. Alright. Sveta! You have Water of Life. I remember that from the last fight, so we'll do that. If I can find a protective barrier one, I will use that, but it doesn't look like I can. So Procne, let's use Procne here, and Himi. All right, you don't have a protective barrier either, so that's just forget about that one. Himi can summon Kirin. All right, so Himi is going to be dead in a couple of turns, so I'd better figure out a way to make either the spike go a little faster. Alright, that's another 1,000 damage right there. Procne was super effective, so let's try and focus on using Thunder here. And you're just gonna summon a regular Venus? Annoying. Stop, please. There's Reef. The good news is I don't think you really can attack me directly. So if I were to play with, like, regular synergy... And Thunder was super effective on you, so I'm gonna try and focus on that. So if I'm gonna play with regular synergy, I think I should be able to do a little bit of damage there. No. I'm probably not gonna really get to use many of those status, am I? Alright. And then I would like the party members of mine who are dead to come back, so after this I'll switch out someone. Let's see if I'm able to Dire Inferno. That sounds scary. You're gonna use a Vial. Oh, you're gonna use your items on the boss too. I don't like that. Wait. Thunder is not effective. Okay, what element was effective? I could have sworn that it was Thunder. I am not with it in this fight today. I am sorry. Switch out Himi for someone who's... Alright, Sveta, let's put those Waters of Life to use here. Because, don't think using Genie is going to be that good of an idea. Ramsey's the punching pyramid. Unfortunately, Karis is fast, so she can kind of use, like, whatever she wants on me first. Mercury. Until I take her down, that is. Alright, so I actually outsped Karis on this one. Undead Might is going to do a little bit of damage to me. And to Reef. Mostly to me, I think. Did Karis use another Vial? Alright. Not being able to summon Rush You is going to make this take so much longer. Alright, in that case, what elements are you weak to? Let's try Earth then. Let's try Earth, let's try Ice. If you resisted Thunder, what does that leave us? I don't have a move that just gets rid of Curse, do I? Which means that Himi's life is on a timer now. Alright, Spade took super effective damage from fire. You resisted fire too, so no fire unless that was Earth. Ow, ow, ow. Hail Prism. Alright, neutral hit from water at the very least. And that's the scary one. That seems to be your main outright attacking move when you're not using status. Resisted Earth. It seems like water is the only really good option I have here, I think. So maybe let's focus on water then. Alright. Can I, like, revive someone else, though? I'd like my other party members to stay alive. Amidi has 12 of these Waters of Life here. Focus on water, like I said. Not those. I don't think there's anything that I can do that will, like... Sure. I don't think there's anything that I can do that'll make me immune to being possessed. Is there? Because that seems to be the entire gimmick of this fight. Alright, so there goes... Wait, when Sveta, like, acts as a member of the opposing team, does she also get to use Genie in addition to summoning them? Because that might be interesting if I could turn the tables and if I could summon the Genie that you set. If that is what's happening here. I'm not entirely sure if that's what's happening. I'd like to bring other people back from the dead, though. So, let's use some more of these Water of Life on Aeolio over there. Reef should probably heal someone being everyone here. And I'm gonna summon Mercury, I think was a neutral hit. So we'll go with that first. This is complicated. Alright, that was a neutral hit. Good. Sveta has been released, in other words, murdered. Not good. And Himi is next in line for possession. Alright. Let's see. So if I were to... let's switch out Aeolio again for Karis, I guess. Doesn't really matter who, I don't think. Summon Mercury again. And I think I have Revive, so I don't have to use a Water of Life. Boost party's attack. Is that really gonna do much? I feel like there's so much other stuff going on here that, like, how often I get to attack. It's kind of a limiting factor here. All right, I do have Revive, so let's use Revive. All right, Ancient Devil took a decent amount of damage from that one, but you're still gonna have a couple thousand HP at least. Hopefully, it's not quite as much as the Ogre Titans did, but Reef. Alright, at least Reef didn't die. Came close, though. How long does it take you to release someone? It's like every couple of turns. It's like 4 or 5 turns, I want to say. And Reef died again. Can I do that again? Wish well. And then Karis can, like... switch out Sveta for... Actually, because being alive is important. Let's go use Water of Life, and let's go use Revive again, and hopefully that'll be the end of this silliness. Alright, that's 1. Sleep Bomb. Please tell me that's gonna fail. Alright, Himi just... Oh, she was already doomed. That's right. And you just stole Sveta. Not great. Alright. Boy. Yeah, thanks, Tyrell. Bring in Tyrell. Amiti's decently fast, right? He's not, like, blazingly fast, but he should be fast enough to go before this boss here. Aeolio, did we establish that you don't take a lot of damage from fire? We established that you don't take a lot of damage from thunder and from ground. I know that. So I think I'm just gonna summon Ramses so that you can't use it back at me. And Tyrell, I think water was the main attacking move that I wanted to use. Tyrell does have oh no. I was gonna say I thought Tyrell had a damage shield move, but it doesn't look like he does. Alright, Tyrell's just gonna summon Mars then. Pure Wish. Alright, so we're gonna be healed. Rams, oh god, you're gonna do the thing that I wanted to do to you. Fine, fine. I guess I won't be doing that then. Neutral damage from fire. Alright, neutral damage from fire. And I think neutral damage from water. So I think those are the ones that I'm gonna want to use. This is probably going to be a long fight, not just because you're a boss and you're probably going to have a lot of HP, but because I don't think I can damage you very quickly. And I honestly, aside from killing me, aside from possessing and killing my party members, I don't think you can do a lot of damage to me either. I see Tyrell is cursed now. Alright. I'm going to switch myself out. And I'm going to switch Reef in. And I'm just gonna try and do elemental damage to you until you stop being a problem. Alright, I want fire and I want water. It took me a while to figure out those elemental stats. And like, I could always look this up, but I did have to look up how to get through here, and I don't want to have to keep doing that. So we're gonna start throwing elements at you. You're gonna start throwing hands at me. We're gonna start throwing Pyroclasm at you, and as long as you don't like heal between turns or heal with items that my party members have or that kind of thing, I feel like that would be something that I want to avoid. Alright, Chasm and Chain are gonna be set. Not bad. Amiti can use Hail Prism. Tyrell, I mean Aeolio. I keep mixing. I'm just gonna give up trying to keep my party members straight because I'm the actual worst. Pure Wish again, and now actually Tyrell. I probably shouldn't like target Sveta primarily with these attacks because she can't actually do that much to me, I don't think. And like the faster I do that, the faster that my own party members go down, which isn't something I want to do. Reef didn't last long. Alright, yeah, that didn't go very well. Alright, take 2. I have, perhaps against my better judgment, configured a bunch of genie. And I front-loaded my party with fire and earth, and I'm gonna try and just summon, what was a Daedalus a bunch of times, and see if I can just, like, do a lot of damage before you get the chance to possess one of my party members. So we're going to jump right into things again. If that doesn't work, then, well, it's back to the drawing board for plan B. After I summon all my guys, I will refrain from using genie so that you at least can't use them against me. So let's go and, yeah, you explained that last time. Ancient Devil appeared. So we are going to go and use a bunch of summons. Daedalus 1, Daedalus 2, can I do it a third time? Daedalus 3, and after that, just a good old Meteor. Alright. So let's use a regular Meteor. So we're gonna be seeing a bunch of the Frankie from One Piece attack, I guess I'm gonna call it, because it's a giant Titan android thing, and it's shooting missiles out of it, and I like One Piece maybe a little too much. So let's go, and we have seen that animation a bunch of times, so I don't think I need to let it play again. Well, a bunch of times. We saw it once when I was fighting Lull a little while ago. Demon Sign, that is going to be used on Karis. Did Karis already act? I think Karis already acted, so at least there's that. At least she didn't have, like, her turn stolen from her. Meteor is going to do 1468 damage to the boss. So I didn't actually see how much damage Daedalus did, so annoying. Aeolio is going to have a synergy drain, which is probably the best thing that you could do to me. I see you're also getting multiple hits per turn, by the way. The same way that the final Ogre Titan did. Karis is going to take a lot of damage from that. 815. So Meteor actually did more damage than Daedalus, which, alright, I guess. We do have... Should I do that again, or should I get off? I can use Thor. I can use... See, I kind of do want to use Daedalus, because that'll... Who's probably fastest? The Meaty's probably fastest, right? After Karis. Alright, I'm gonna use Daedalus again, just so that we have the summon out of the way, so that you can't use it on me. And we've got one more Jupiter ready to go. Alright. So, Thor, let's see how much this does. Is that a resisted hit? I've already forgotten what elements you're weak to. Alright, Karis resisted that being a Wind Adept, I assume. You took super effective damage from Thor, actually. So 1537, which is a good chunk. I'm gonna guess we've probably done 4,000 damage already to you, which is definitely making things go a lot faster than the last fight. Regular Jupiter Genie is gonna do 300 damage, which is not a lot. And Neptune, we're gonna use a water gun shaped like a whale. 902 neutral hit. All right. I'm gonna guess that we've done about 5,000 damage so far. So you're gonna possess Karis, which I don't like. But if we go ahead and use Daedalus again, that should probably... Oh no, we're gonna possess Sveta. Karis was possessed in the last turn. Karis is already dead. 1203, not bad. Sveta went down, 1837. Okay. If I'm gonna try and keep mapping it out, I feel like we've probably done close to 9 or 10,000 damage to you so far. 26 in one shot, that's a lot. Alright, I don't know how much HP you could possibly have, but let's go and, again, Summon Rush Judgment. We're going to use Procne, we're going to use Mercury, we're going to use, I guess a regular Venus one. Alright, regular Venus one. We're going to see how much that does. Probably not a lot. Resisted hit 310, and was that enough to take you down already? Wow. Alright, I got away with the Summon Rush, even though you're capable of using them against me this time. That's not how it worked out in the Lost Age. Sure. Who's actually going to get experience from this? Because, like, half my team is dead now. 55, 216 experience points. Amelia's going to gain a level. Tyrell's going to gain a level. Aeolio is going to gain a level. Himi's going to gain a level. So my entire front line, me and the backup, and I assume the rest of my party's dead. Alright. That was considerably easier than the Ogre Titans. The Ogre Titans, I'm gonna have to check exactly how much HP they had, but they definitely were getting stronger as we progressed. And the last one definitely, I feel like, probably had more HP than that, because I was using Meteor on it like 3 or 4 times, and it still was a long way off from being killed. But anyway, now we can summon Catastrophe. So I did cite Catastrophe earlier. I know that was a summon from the Lost Age. I know that a lot of the summons that I picked up in this game were also seen in the Lost Age. I don't know if all of them are. 3 more is 5 Jupiter. So I guess that's what I'm, let's reset everyone for now. I guess that's who I need. I do need healing now. Alright, my entire team has been healed. That definitely is more than most of the summons. Catastrophe, 3, 5, that's 8 in total. So that's approximately like 2 of the four pure element summons together, which is a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna end this off here. My name is Dragonite. This has been Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Next time, we're gonna look for another super boss. We'll see what weird gimmicks some of the other super bosses have for us. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.